Today, Precarious plays
Subnautica.
I want to talk about the game.
Let's talk about it on our ascent.
I think that one of the reasons why Subnautica is so compelling as a survival style game, where like I've played lots of games that are sort of following in the footsteps of well, why not? We're here. Following in the footsteps of our Lord and Savior Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like what makes Subnautica one of the more successful children in that mold is that it has a narrative beginning, middle, and end. You know, because there is... It's sort of like... I think it's a great example of why the number of games that rely on procedural content, and it's like, oh, you can play forever, you know? Why that doesn't really mean much, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you could play it forever, technically. But if you can get a sense for sort of like the shape of the game after the first hour, then why would you want to?
Yeah.
Like that theoretically infinite is not as valuable as a lot of people seem to believe it to be. And that includes, that's consumers and developers. And especially publishers, I think.
Yeah.
Because I don't know... Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say it reminds me of playgrounds. Like, even if you have like a really nice playground, it is still... There are certain things there, and that's it.
Like, sort of once you've gone on every ride... Like, what do you mean?
I mean that the ideas, like, you can get to the bottom of the ideas, and though you might revisit it every once in a while, it's not truly infinite.
Mm-hmm.
You will outgrow it or, you know, need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, and there's no real... I think that So on the dichotomy, on the scale, the sliding scale of game to toy,
yeah,
I feel like there are a lot of techniques that will make a video game more toy-like. And I think that a lot of developers and a lot of publishers see that as like, that provides the most value, so it will be the most attractive, so people will shell out for it, right?
Yeah.
But it just supposes a lot, you know? Like, I think it imagines a scenario that doesn't really exist, which is that there are an infinite number of people with an infinite amount of time individually.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, you can observe this most clearly, I'd say, with MMOs.
Yeah.
Where people will have, like, the MMO that they're playing, and then it's like, hey, do you want to play this other... Do you want to play WildStar with me? Circa 2010? Or whenever WildStar was available. When was WildStar available? It was way later than that, right?
Yeah. I don't think a full decade later, though.
Well, it's like, right now, do you want to play Guild Wars 2? Do you want to play Final Fantasy 14? What do you want to do? And then the answer is, man, I am still playing World of Warcraft. I do not have time for any of those other job tier games.
Yeah.
And I think that you have all of these publishers who have
There.
yeah, but you know what I just realized?
What?
I need to take the grapple hook off and put the grabbing arm back on because that mist damages us.
Oh, yeah. Do you feel like that there are significantly fewer warpers hanging out? Like, I haven't seen one.
I have. I saw them coming back up, I think.
There's the other one. Not a warper. A nougat.
And we just needed 4, right?
Let me double check, but I'm gonna say yes while you walk back.
So I think that Subnautica defiantly stands in opposition to a lot of trends in games. One of the things that I like most is...
Yeah, it was 4.
Okay. One of the things that I appreciate most about Subnautica is people kept asking for more and more weapons, right?
Yeah.
It's like you'd get a lot of really nasty reviews that were like, this game is unplayable if I don't have a spear, if I don't have a harpoon.
But you're not supposed to be running around here killing things.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be running around here running from things.
Yeah.
The game is run from the entire planet.
Yeah, and I didn't recognize, like, I appreciated that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like the developer was just like, no, we have a very specific experience in mind, and that falls outside the parameters of what we're trying to present, right?
Yeah.
Very, very reasonable, like, it was a very reasonable art over product stance. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize how much I valued that sort of holding firm on that point until sometime later, a game that I was really initially impressed with, called Stormworks. Mm-hmm. Stormworks broke my heart with a weapons-centric DLC to sort of appeal to just the worst kind of person, you know? Mm-hmm. You had these people that were... So, I'm sorry, I need to back up and tell you the subtitle, right? It is Stormworks, I think, Search and Rescue. And you are supposed to be this kind of bizarre, privately owned Coast Guard. Mm-hmm. That's sort of what you're doing. And it's like Search and Rescue is in the title, and what a lot of people were doing is they were using the very sophisticated construction engine, because it's a game where you construct vehicles, and it's one of the most comprehensive I've ever seen, I've ever played with, right?
Yeah.
It's got some very exciting, very nerd exciting stuff where you have component in and out.
Stabilizing.
Like you can have separate audio and video feeds, and you can rig up your own cameras and speakers and microphones and all of these vehicles, and it's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's very cool. But a lot of people were using it to recreate old war vehicles. So like World War II era fighters and tanks and stuff.
There are like 1,000 other games.
That I actually made that argument at some point on one of the forums where it's like, it's wrong-headed to ask for, and it's wrong-headed to include. Search and Rescue is in the title, and these people, they could go to so many other places to get their sort of war fetishism, excuse me. I'm kind of drying out.
I mean, like, I get, like, old planes and gunships and stuff are cool.
But it's not
like,
just that.
I know it's not, yeah.
It's not just those. It's also modern weapon systems as well. You know, it's just...
Well, here's the thing. I feel like pretty much any technology can be interesting on a sort of detached level. But, like, does every freaking space where you get to engineer stuff have to be engineering weaponry? That makes me tired. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that makes me be like, could we just play somewhere where we're not trying to shoot each other for like 5 minutes? Please? Could we go with the assumption that that's not necessary? Like, the rain is bad enough. The sea, bad enough. Don't need to perceive extra fake enemies that aren't even in the game. Like, that's what's crazy. It's like, it's not even like there was an opposing force that you had to work against in that way. It was just weather. It was like, here's the weather. It's bad. Make something that can deal with it.
Yeah. And for like, what is just so... It is just one of the purest forms of engineering for good, where it's like, hey, we need you to invent a vehicle that can go save lives. And then people are like, but what if I used it to make a vehicle that is explicitly intended to do the opposite?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But they're like, we are not like, we play lots of violent games, okay? But not every one of them has to be that way.
Yeah, that was what ultimately frustrated me the most.
And then they finally prod out that DLC. I wasn't even playing that game, and I was really disappointed. I was like, oh, and good, awesome.
Like, the nicest thing that I can say about it is that, did I take the wrong turn
shit in here?
Again? I feel like I took a wrong turn again, like I did previously, because now I'm going westish.
I don't know.
I think I need to be going south almost the whole way. So... Oh, now I feel well and truly lost. They sold it for money.
Mm-hmm.
And that does not soothe me as much as you might imagine, because it's like, oh, well, at least they're like making a buck off of the people that are interested in it. And then I just think, like,
no,
it feels very much like a dealing with the devil.
Yeah. Kind
of scenario.
It hurts my value system.
Yeah. Just because
on like a number of levels, actually.
There are other games. There are games that are devoted to that style of play much more comprehensively. You know, like it bothers me that people were
Why? What's happening?
It's a big one, so it's gotta either be... There's probably a crab squid underneath us. Or it's the...
Do we want to turn the shield on and off really quick?
No.
It seems to be attached to us. Okay, I think we got it off.
What an inappropriately cute icon that is.
It's leaving.
I think red might mean that it's attacking again.
Rig for silent running.
I wish there was a second monitor that I could help watch things on. Alright, yeah, we're out.
I don't know. I mean, they're both rad, which I don't appreciate. Anyway, being able to steadfastly just say, nope, this is not the game where you get to have the big weapons and fulfill your big dick, shoot all the monsters fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it is more difficult than it might appear to be to just say no to that and like leave that money, leave that audience on the table.
Yeah, I guess. I just, I can't know my answer to that until I'm faced with that question, but I've been faced with many similar questions like that, and I'm almost always ready to take that hit, and suffer the consequences. But, I don't know.
Now here's the question. Do I pop out to drop a beacon?
So that we can find our way down here again?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you check and why is the ship red?
Because I rigged for silent running.
Okay. Why not? We should be able to find our way back here. We have a beacon. We're not going to need it to... Let's do it. Like, literally just pop out. Don't even get in the prawn.
I wish that I could...
Boop. Boop.
I wish that I could put it in the torpedo too. Shoot it into the torpedo too. I think we can go up. I think we can go to the surface.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, and I think we can end this episode, too. Let's end this episode on the top of the water. Let's go up. Go up faster. This is boring. Do it better. Go more. You think it's gonna be nighttime or daytime?
Nighttime, almost definitely.
What's up there? Look at those little clouds of fish. All innocent. All sweet. Eating the planktons. Eating the planktons and tons. Oh boy. Oh boy.
We get to the surface and it's just more water now. Somebody replaced all of the all of the air with water.
Oh, there's my favorite shipwreck.